Hello everyone! I'm making this video by request. I am showing you in this video how to teach your dog not to pull on a leash, and these are the exercises that I use. For this video today, I'm going to be using 3 miniature schnauzers, Maui and Kona and Theo. Maui and Kona are outside dogs that I have in training right now. They just arrived, and so this was a perfect time for me to use them for this video. And Theo is another puppy that's taking part in my training program, one of my own that I have that I'm working with. And it's kind of nice to see the difference between various dogs because each dog is going to be different. First off, I wanted to show you the kind of leash that I'm using. I'll post a link in the description where you can find this leash, but it's a rolled leather slip lead. It's a nice soft lead. It's very gentle, and I use it a lot on my young puppies. You can see here it has a slider on it. You can adjust depending on the size of your dog, and I like to have it just almost snug but not tight. Right here I'm showing you the positioning of it. You gotta have it as high as possible on the neck, and that slider helps hold it in place. And then you can see here that as the leash is pulled, it tightens, and as the leash is loosened, the collar itself also loosens. Okay, let's get started. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm just letting Kona go. I'm just showing how she's pulling. This is actually an improvement from yesterday. We worked yesterday on this. So I'm just kind of letting her go. And, really, if she was a much bigger dog, she would really be pulling me. This would be a lot of work. So here we go. We're going to start training. What I'm doing is I'm allowing Kona to make a mistake so that I can do a correction. So right here, I'm walking with her. I'm giving her a loose leash when she is in the correct position. And as she moves ahead of me, I'm actually going to just redirect her back to my side, and then we're going to start walking again. And what this does is it basically is a correction, but I'm making her do extra work if she's in the wrong position. She has to do twice the work because she's going ahead. I'm asking her to come back, and then we do it again. I'm also using the word no as a corrector, just to basically, if she was going ahead later down the road and I say no, she would be able to correct herself before we do any leash correction. Normally I would just do this on a straightaway, but obviously I don't have a cameraman, and so I've just got my camera set up on a tripod. So this is actually a perfect distraction for Kona right now. She doesn't notice the other dog that's coming up, and there she does. And so what's happening is she's actually lunging on that leash. If she was a big dog, I would actually be struggling right here because she's so used to just putting her full body weight into that. So I'm just going to do the same exercise, but my intensity has increased since her intensity has increased. And we're just going to do the same thing. And I'm going to walk backwards as far as it takes for her to get in the correct position. And then we're going to move forward. And so here in a second, she's going to get tired of watching for the other dog. And even though she's still going ahead, doesn't have that same intensity that she had when she saw that dog. But it's perfect time. Distractions are actually a great learning opportunity. And so, this environment that we're working in is perfect because she's got cars and people and other dogs. And we're working on being correct in that distracted environment. And here we are, just petting good girl. She's doing a great job, and we're going to go ahead and start back with the training. And you'll notice throughout the video, I'm still giving her corrections, but the corrections will get less and less, and she's able to walk on a more loose leash as time progresses. And here's another strategy that I'll use. Let's say if I'm in an open area, I call it the drunk walking, because really you're kind of weaving back and forth and zigzagging. And right now I'm on a sidewalk, I can't zigzag, but this is also a great exercise. Same idea. She's got to do double the work, but I might turn and go a different direction sort of unexpectedly, and she's going to have to pay attention to where I'm at, where I'm going, and she can't do that if she's ahead of me. So it's basically just the same idea. Turn and go the other way, zigzag around, make a circle. right now what I'm doing is I'm going off to the side. There's another dog, stroller, whatever, coming. She's just noticed it right there. You can see her lunging again. I'm just going to sort of pull her back. I'm not going to give her constant pressure. She's going crazy right there. I'm not going to give her constant pressure. I'm going to tug, tug, tug. What happens if you give them constant pressure on that leash? That's when they learn to really lean into that leash. It's sort of like the door and water concept. You can push through water, but you can't push through a door. So I'm being water right here. I'm giving and taking, and I'm just redirecting her, redirecting her, redirecting her. And here in a minute, she's going to forget that that other dog went by, and it's all going to be, you know, the same as it was. But distractions are actually wonderful learning opportunities for them, because if they don't make a mistake, then you can't correct the mistake, and then they never learn anything. And so make sure that you don't go into an area that is beyond your dog's ability to be able to focus somewhat, but you know, it is good to challenge them a little bit with new areas and distractions and that type of a thing. So there are times here when Kona actually doesn't get ahead of me, but I'm still stopping and redirecting her. And the reason that I'm doing that is that she's not actually paying attention to me. So she might be right by my side, but if I stop, you know, I want her to stop too. You can see her right here. She looks beautiful. She's walking great. That leash is very loose. She didn't run ahead that time, so that was perfect. You know, as we progress our training sessions, we'll see more and more of that behavior and not the going ahead. But, you know, Kona just got here. It's a new environment. I'm new to her. And so her and I also have to make a connection over the next, you know, few weeks too. And this sort of exercises is going to help our connection as we work together. I'm not sure if you can see very well in the video, but my right hand is holding the loop of the leash and my left hand is actually working as an anchor. And so I'm sort of sliding that leash through my left hand to sort of make that anchor. We've got another distraction coming along here. I'm just asking Kona to sit and stay. It's not a dog, so she's a little bit more apt to listen to that sit and stay. She did a great job. She didn't get up, so that's really good. She got a pet right there and a good girl because she did a great job. All right, there we go. Asking her to sit. I just want to make sure that she can sit and stay after a distraction's gone by. There we go. She got, you know, a good girl. Come on. And I'm relieving the stress right now. We're just doing some love, some pets. She did a good job. We've had a good training session. We'll go back to it, but I want to just you know, let her know she's a good girl and give her some attention right there. And here I am. I'm actually, it looks like I'm playing right here. What I actually want her to do is to come to me looking at me. And so sometimes you know, you can do that exercise where you run backwards, you know, get them excited. Come here, come here. I've actually had dogs will come to you while they're looking at something else. And so, you know, just a little extra activity right there. And back to our corrections right here, just making sure that she's paying attention to where I'm walking. You know, here she's kind of still hanging out on the outside of that circle when I turn around. You know, later on in our walk, I didn't have a video of it, but, you know, as I was turning a circle, she was right on my heels. She did a great job. You know, and also just the fact that you're exercising them, their energy level is dropping. They're going to start paying a little bit more attention, you know, as they get tired and less reactive to distraction. Right here, I'm asking her to sit at my heels. I want her to sit and then stay until I tell her it's okay to move. And so I'm just, you can see me correcting her with my hand. this part where I'm just letting her go in the grass is also so important when working with them on leash work. Because when you work with them on leash work, you ask them to be in a certain position. You know, you're asking them to work, and here they get free time. And what that teaches them, and when you give them work time and then free time, they're able to see the difference. Okay, now I'm working, oh, and now I'm just free. So I'm letting her kind of pull on the leash. I don't want her to really, you know, lean into that leash, but I'm letting her choose her direction right here, letting her sniff. Every once in a while, I'll give her a little tug just to remind her that she's, you know, leaning too hard into that leash. But I'm really just letting her walk around and kind of sniff. And if she needs to go potty, this is a great time for her to do that. And here we are, back to work. So as you can see, my walk is sort of brisk. It's important that your movements are somewhat brisk, depending on the energy level of the dog. So if the dog is a bigger dog, if they have a lot of energy and you're really wanting them to learn this quickly, you have to have somewhat quick movements. I wouldn't say abrupt, but quick movements. You want them to be able to realize that they have to work for it. If you have a lower energy dog, which I'll show you here in a minute with my little puppy Theo, super low energy, and I'm not going to use as abrupt of movements with Theo because he doesn't need it. And so it's important for you to also just gauge the energy level of your dog so that you can sort of match that. All right, here we're actually all done. I asked Kona to sit at the edge of the road because I think that's a good habit. She gets a little ahead of me here. We do a correction, and then we're all done. All right, so here's my adorable little Theo. We ended up taking him on to a family reunion, and so I got some time in the mornings to work with him and go for a nice little walk. So here we are. I think he sees some people up ahead of us right here, but you can tell he's really excited. He's running forward, and this is basically my view of it. Once again, I don't have a cameraman, and I didn't have a tripod here, so this filming was the best I could do. Sorry if it looks a little crazy. But anyway, you can see where Theo is. I'm allowing him to get a little tiny bit ahead of me, and I'll do a small correction. But if he's gonna just blow on past me and go up there, then we're gonna stop, put him back into position, and go ahead. So here he is. Yeah, he's really excited here, and this is really the extent of his intensity. And the great part about what I do with the puppies is I really start them out on the right foot, and so they really don't have a chance to develop some really bad habits. And so this is us just kind of correcting here with just these minor things, and he's going to start to figure out that same thing, that if he stays by me, then he doesn't have to do twice the work. So you can see there a couple times I'm just giving him little tugs. That's just kind of small reminders that he's getting a little bit ahead. But you can see right there kind of where my feet are and where he is at, and he's in line right there with me as we're walking along. So this looks really nice right here, small correction. But yeah, we're just strolling along here, and he's doing a great job. We did this a couple mornings, and he got it figured out by the end.